My manager didn't know it yet, but when that meeting was over, her and I were going to be having a very difficult conversation. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened in that conversation in just a minute. But first, I want to say hello. As you heard, my name is Corina Walsh, and I help companies and their leaders learn how to have better conversations. So right now, before I go any further, I want to hear from you. I want to know, what types of conversations do you find difficult? Because the type of conversation that I find difficult might not be the same for you. So what types of conversations do you find difficult to talk about? So what makes these conversations so difficult? Why are they so hard to talk about? The number one way for dealing with a difficult conversation, we avoid it. We go to great lengths to avoid it. We get very creative. We come up with all kinds of workarounds. We avoid the person. We don't show up for the meeting. And if you're really creative, what do? Put it in an email. When deep down we know probably it's the type of conversation that we should be having face to face. So here's the first shift in perspective that I want to create for you. So hopefully these conversations will become a little bit easier for you. Difficult conversations are inevitable. All companies have them. And the health of your relationships, the productivity of your work depends on your ability to navigate those conversations. So we know avoidance is not an option. That means we have to learn how to navigate these very important conversations. And in order to learn how to navigate a difficult conversation, you have to understand the dynamic that's happening within that conversation. So let's come back to my situation with my manager. And let's look at it through the lens of these three conversations. I was sitting in a staff meeting. I was totally embarrassed. I was feeling really shamed. She just announced to all my coworkers that I didn't know how to do something. And it doesn't matter how confident you are. No one wants their coworkers to know that you don't know how to do something. And you certainly don't want to broadcast it in front of everyone like that. I was wondering what this meant for my career. What did it mean for my relationship with my manager? I thought we'd had a good relationship. So what did this mean now? Does this mean my career was going to be stalled if I continued to work with her? Or maybe it didn't mean anything at all. Maybe she didn't intend to make me feel that way. What conversations am I having with myself at that point? The success of your difficult conversations will very much depend on how you manage yourself, how you manage that internal state that you are in when you are before you have the conversation and during the conversation. So I came up with something to help my clients, something I refer to as the 3 H's of difficult conversations. And this focuses on helping you understand what's happening internally when you are in this state of uncertainty or fear when you're trying to have a difficult conversation. Certain types of conversations are not supposed to be easy. They're not supposed to be easy. If it was easy for you to walk up to a client and say, we blew the budget. If it was easy for you to say that to a client, I'd be questioning your work ethic. Certain conversations are not supposed to be easy. But when we learn how to manage ourselves, when we understand the dynamic that's happening within the conversation, then you get to watch the success of your career, your company, and your team reach new heights that you never imagined. Thank you.